I've heard it said put flat wound strings on your P bass. They're good on a P bass. No, don't put them on your jazz bass. Make sure you keep a bright set of rounds on your jazz. Flats sound good on the P bass. This time you're wrong, man. This time you're wrong, bro. Here's the thing. Flats sound so good on a jazz bass. I mean, just go to YouTube after you watch this video. Go to YouTube and just type like flats on a jazz bass and listen to all the sweet videos of flat wound strings on a J style bass. Like they sound killer. And like over the years, like I've had flat wound strings on a few different basses. And honestly, I've recorded albums with flats on a jazz. And this was like contemporary music too. Like it sat in the mix so good. I'm not saying flats sound bad on a P bass. Of course they don't. But man, flats can sound great on a jazz bass. In fact, if you have two jazz basses like I do, I recommend putting flats on one. And that's what we're doing today, except with a twist. We're going to compare two different sets that are extremely different sets of flat wound strings, okay? The subject in question here is this one right here. This is my Glary G-Jazz 2, which is the upgraded version of their original G-Jazz bass. This one's heavier. It's got, you know, better wood on it, better parts, and better pickups. These are actually Wilkinson pickups, which sound pretty darn good, okay? Now, the tone of this bass and the demos of which I had round wound strings on it didn't blow me away. So I decided, you know what, of my two jazz basses, I'm going to make this one my flat wound jazz bass. But here's the catch 23. There's so many different types of flat wound strings out there, like so many different companies that make so many different products, and they don't all sound the same. I mean, I've binge YouTubed, you know, different flat wound comparison videos because they can sound so different. And so today we're going to listen to two different ones. And I must say, now knowing the results myself, which I will share with you, my personal verdict toward the end of the video, but I must say that the results are as shocking to me as I think they may be to you as well. Okay, so guys, my name is Rumblin' Man. Welcome to the Rumblin' Man YouTube channel today. If this is your first time here, I just want to say welcome and thanks for clicking on my thumbnail. If you'll do me a favor and subscribe to this channel and click a thumbs up on this video, then that would really help me out because more people will see this content if you do those two simple things. And also feel free to chat with me in the comments about bass tone because I really want to chat with you guys about flats on jazz basses versus flats on P basses and about the difference in these two sets of strings, okay? So today in this video, I have put flats on this bass. And honestly, when I first strung it up the other day and the first strings that I put on it were the Rotosounds, I was amazed by how cool it sounded. These pickups are pretty bright, and so the brightness, you know, kind of brings out something really neat in the flat wound strings. So the two sets that we're comparing today, like I mentioned, are the Rotosounds, the Rotosound Monel jazz bass flat wound strings. So the Rotosounds are a set that I've had for about a year and a half, and they're nice and worn in. And they're going to be set number one in the demos today. And then the second sets are a set of the prestigious and much more expensive Thomastik-Infeld jazz flat wound bass strings. These go for a lot more money, up around 75, 80 bucks, sometimes more than that. And this is a fairly worn-in set of Thomastik-Infeld jazz flats. You've seen them in some of my other videos. They're probably about 6 months old, so they're not brand spanking new. So it's a pretty fair comparison here. So the question is, which one of these sets of strings are going to give us you know, a sound that's great for recording? So for me in basses, you know, I need, in each bass I need a sound that's going to record great because I do a ton of recording. And also in each bass I need something that can potentially be used in a live perspective. And so for me, you know, having a jazz with flats, there's a ton of applications I can use it in. Okay, so without further ado, let's do these demos with the Rotosound flats up against the TI or Thomastik-Infeld flats. The first demo we're going to do is a fingerstyle demo. We're going to listen to different variations with the tone knob on, off, and in half, and we're going to listen to each of the different pickup configurations between these two sets of strings, and we're going to see what our ears can discern. Ready? Let's check it out. So interesting demo, huh? Two completely different sound experiences. And two different experiences in terms of feel, because the two sets feel a lot different. The Rotosounds, you can feel the ridges in the texture. They feel the most like rounds of any pure flat wound strings I've ever tried. And they've got more of a stiffness to them, whereas the Thomastiks are a little more loose feeling, and they have that vintage feel. They feel silky smooth, playing with the fingers. But the sound is very different there. It's like with the Rotos, you get a really modern sound. Now, this is just going in my own language, unrehearsed, okay? To me, in the Fingerstyle demo, we're going to listen with a pick and in a mix too, but to me with the Fingerstyle demo, it's like the Rotos get a very modern sound and the Thomastiks get a more vintage sound, a more pointed sound. It's very, very interesting. I think of the TIs as having kind of a transparent sound. You know what I mean? Like the Rotos aren't transparent. You just hear this big tone, but the Thomastik-Infelds are transparent. You can more hear the wood in the bass. You know what I mean? So really interesting demo, but it in itself is not definitive and can't give us a verdict. So now we got to listen to a pick demo. All right. And in this picked demo, we're going to listen to the different pickups, and I'm also going to play in different playing zones. Okay. In some of my videos, we've talked about the 3 playing zones. One is playing up here toward the neck. One is in the middle, or what I call the sweet spot, because it's such a great balance. And one is playing here in the bridge. We're going to do a little of all 3. Like starting off, we're going to listen to both pickups on, playing in the sweet spot, in the middle zone. And then we're going to listen to the neck pickup, playing more in the neck position with a tone rolled off halfway. Then we're going to hear the bridge pickup playing down in the bridge position with the tone on full. And then we're going to listen to both pickups playing down in the bridge position as well. Both sets, shooting them on and off like we did just a moment ago. And let's see if this can get us a little closer to a decision as to which of these sets have the best sound for recording. Let's check it out. Really interesting demo, huh? Really interesting stuff. Like after that demo, here's kind of what I assess. It's like the Rotosounds have a round sound to them, like kind of a big, well-rounded sound. And the Thomastik-Infelds, it's like they have a more narrow, pointed sound that can really slap, can really kick and cut. It's just two very, very different sounds with a pick. I kind of know which one I like better from that demo, but we need to do one more demo, okay? And this one, we need to hear each in a mix. So I'm going to play with a pick in a rock mix. First, we're going to listen to the Rotosounds, then we're going to listen to the TIs. And let's see if we can judge here which sounds better in a mix. Let's hear it. Pretty crazy, huh? Like, seriously, I'm perplexed about this. Like, honestly, as I've been making this video today, spending these hours in here, doing the demos and everything, I've been perplexed about this. Like, which do I like better? And so I had a certain idea of which I'd like better before doing the demo. And then during the demo, I changed my mind. And then after the demo, I changed my mind again. My goal with having a jazz with flats is, to do some cool fingerstyle demos on it, but mostly to play with a pick. It's just playing with a pick on a jazz bass with flats, going through an amp simulation, which, by the way, we did have an amp simulation going in that last demo with the mixes. There's just something really cool about the way it sounds. Like it really fits into a mix like that really good. Before I tell you which ones win for me, I want to ask, which ones win for you? What's your verdict? Let me know in the comments of this video. I really want to hear from you guys which set you liked better. And I really want to hear, do you like flats better on a jazz or on a precision? I'll tell you what, if you haven't tried them on a jazz, you're really missing out. Flats just sound beautiful on a jazz bass, okay, a J-style bass. So here's my verdict, and it blows my mind because I wasn't originally expecting this. And I've changed my mind a couple times. But to me, the winner is Rotosound. I can't believe it. They're like half the price of the Thomastiks. But the thing is, the Thomastiks, I've had them on a P bass and I have them on this J right now, but they're about to come off the J and the Rotos are going back on because the bass just sounds so incredibly cool with the Rotos. Now, the Thomastiks do offer this little bit of pointed cut that you don't get with the Rotos, but the Rotos offer this big sound that's like beautiful in a mix, sounds so cool with a pick, and sounds good fingerstyle too. I just think with this jazz bass, with the Wilkinson pickups, the Rotosounds absolutely win. It's almost like having rounds on it because they're so versatile in sound, but they're obviously flat wound strings. So crazy, so mind-blowing if you consider the prestige surrounding Thomastik-Infeld. I mean, I can't believe the Thomastiks didn't win for me. Now, they may have won for you, and I'd love to hear your opinions, all right? Now, and I do want to chat with you. Inevitably, we're going to hear from one of these guys.
Neither one of them are the best sets of strings. The Ernie Balls are the best flat wounds. You don't even know what you're talking about. You're too young, and it's not a fair comparison demo anyway. You didn't play the bass right. You know, this isn't how it's supposed to be. It's just, this was not a good video.
And dude, good for you. You've been around, okay? And I do want to chat with you, bro, but let's not speak rudely to each other. Let's seriously talk about this. I really want to hear what you guys think. I really value your opinions. So tell me, all right? We're still a mom and pop joint here, guys. You know, my cell phone is my camera. You know, I mean, I've got a better setup than I used to, but it's still, you know, I'm not getting rich on this. And honestly, I've stopped trying to compete with others. I'm really not trying to compete with others. I'm just trying to make good content that people will like and that I think will be interesting to watch. So if you believe in that, then I'd love to have you, you know, in one of my Facebook groups, or maybe join the Patreon program if you'd like, which really does help me make time for this stuff. But either way, you know, there's never any pressure to do any of that. I just really appreciate it, even if you'll just subscribe and watch the videos, guys. God bless you for doing so. Thank you. I have met some of my best friends through this channel, some of which I've met in real life and some of which I've never met in real life but talk to online all the time. So it's just been so cool all these years to be a YouTuber, and now we're getting close to 9,000 subscribers, and I just want to say thank you. All right, so God bless you guys. Take care, and let's chat in the comments below. Peace out.